What is going on, Misfit Nation? Welcome to another episode of the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. I'm host, Matt the Misfit. We're going to go over the first night of WrestleMania 39, the review and results. Incredible first night, in my opinion. I don't know what the deal is with these past three WrestleManias having the best night being night one. It's very fucking weird, but I'm all for it. If you like what you see here, but let's do some plugins there first. If you like what you see here, hit the subscribe button, comment down below, hit that like button as well. You can also follow the social medias on Twitter, Misfit Podcast TV, Misfit Wrestling Pod on Instagram. You'll find the YouTube link. It's always there. Or you just go to the little URL, type in youtube.com/@Misfit Wrestling Podcast. You can follow us on audio platforms. Or follow me. Us, me, whatever you want to call it. On Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Stitcher Radio, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcasts. Yeah. WrestleMania 30, I'm going to say I almost called it 31. WrestleMania 39 took place at SoFi Stadium. Martin 91 took place at SoFi Stadium. And godly, what a show this was from top to bottom. There were some things, there was one or two misses that I could have done without. But all in all, the show was fantastic. We found new tag team champions, the Usos and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. We crowned a new SmackDown Women's Champion in Rhea Ripley. We seen a really fun four-way tag match that I thought was going to be dog shit, but ended up being actually really good. We seen a really disappointing match between Cena and Austin Theory. Dominik and Rey Mysterio had a really fun match. Great build up. Amazing payoff to that. Seth Rollins and Logan Paul had a great match. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair ended up having the best match on the show. And guess what? And I put this tweet out here. I'll talk about it later. But they didn't need to have the main event to get that spot. So I'm very excited to talk about this show. So the show opens with The Miz and Snoop Dogg. We saw Snoop Dogg a lot on the show here tonight. They're running down the matches that were taking place that night. Cena and Austin Theory start. Matches, like I said, not very good in my opinion. Like, I didn't really care for this match, at all. We had a referee bump, distraction because of the referee bump, and Theory goes to low blow Cena and hits the A-Town down to retain the championship. I didn't really care about this match at all. It kind of, I don't know. I mean, sure, the build wasn't even that great. I mean, they had like it was a one promo build is what this match was. That was it. It was whatever. And next up, you got the Viking Raiders. Braun Strowman and Ricochet and Street Profits and Alpha Academy. This was a lot of fun. This had Titus O'Neil out there for some odd reason. But this is great. We've seen Chad Gable, who is incredible, do a deadlift German suplex onto Braun Strowman. And it looked impressive as all hell. We've seen Strowman get what I'm looking for. Strowman hits his own splash on Chad Gable. We also saw a spot in the match where Strowman is doing his Strowman Express and gets fucking mauled by Angelo Dawkins, which looked great. We've seen Ricochet hit the not the 5-star Fox, but that's the what the hell's that move called? Shooting star press onto the outside, which looked impressive as all hell. Angelo Dawkins helped out the final spot with Chad Gable. I believe he pinned Chad Gable. No, it was Chad Gable. I believe I believe it's Chad Gable, but I'm not 100% sure. I took the pin here, but Frog Splash from Angelo Dawkins. Street Profits get the win here. Really, really fun showcase match here. I'm probably not going to say the same thing for the women's showcase that's going to happen on night 2, but we're not going to talk about here. Seth Rollins defeated Logan Paul next. And a really fun bout. This was a great match. Wasn't the show stealing match I thought it was going to be, but it was still a great match. At one point, Logan Paul hit a GTS on to Seth Rollins, which I thought looked incredible. And I love because the whole thing with that is Rollins hates CM Punk, and it just makes sense. I just love that. That was great. We see a callback to when Logan Paul eliminated Seth Rollins for the Royal Rumble. So near the end of the match here, Rollins is getting ready to hit the curb stomp onto Logan Paul. The dude that came out with Logan Paul, who was dressed as a Prime energy drink, pulls Logan Paul out from underneath the ring, and it's revealed to be KSI, which didn't see that coming. Excuse me. I thought it was going to be Logan Paul's brother, Jake Paul. No, it didn't turn out to be him at all. So Logan Paul and KSI clear the announce table. They get Seth Rollins onto the announce table as Logan Paul getting ready to hit the frog splash, and Seth Rollins, while Logan Paul is doing his shtick, grabs KSI, puts him on the announce table, and KSI is the one who gets the frog splash, and it was pretty great. Rollins hits the pedigree onto Logan Paul into the ring. Logan Paul kicks out. Rollins looks for another curb stomp. He gets reversed, like I said, into the GTS. Followed that up with a frog splash. Rollins kicked out the frog splash. Logan Paul heads to the top turnbuckle, looks to go coast to coast, and call back to me to one of my favorite spots at SummerSlam 2006, where Shane McMahon and Vince against DX, and Shane's coming off the top rope for the coast to coast, and Michaels just blasts him in the face with the Sweet Chin music, which looked fucking awesome. Same little spot here. Hits the curb stomp for the win. Seth Rollins finally, after months and months and months, I mean, I want to say the first time since Clash of the Castle, Seth Rollins gets a pay-per-view win. And it's probably Seth Rollins' first win at WrestleMania since Mania 35. So, yeah, where Seth Rollins beat Brock Lesnar to win the Universal title. Next up, Lita, Trish Stratus, and Becky Lynch defeated Damage CTRL. This is all right. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people seem to have an issue with the Damage CTRL taking the pinfall. I didn't. They're teasing. They're getting ready to do the split between Damage CTRL. Because the whole thing about this match only happened because Bayley, who got goaded into accepting this match when Dakota and Io did not want to do this match. Io got her WrestleMania moment by hitting a moonsault onto the party on the outside. Io sold a DDT by Lita, which looked like she made it look like just killed her. Looked great. Io's is a phenomenal professional wrestler. He finished the glory here. A Strash faction, a Bayley to Bayley, a manhandle slam, God, what the fuck does she call it? He has a name for it. To me, it's the hula kick, but I know she calls it something else. But twist of fate, chick kick, leader salt, both members of Damage CTRL, Dakota Kai and Io Sky, taking those out. Bayley is taken out by the manhandle slam from the second rope, and Bayley gets pinned by Becky Lynch. and that's going to further the dissension between Damage and Control, where I think, like I said, they're going to blame Bayley for the loss, and that's going to hopefully get Io Shirai. I'm more concerned about Io Shirai getting away from the Damage and Control, because she can be one of the top baby faces on the roster if they choose to do it that way. So, you know, Rey Mysterio defeated Dominik Mysterio in a fun, excellent match, in my opinion. I thought this was Dominik Mysterio's best performance since becoming a professional wrestler. I put that out on social media here. That was the best performance Dominik has ever put on since becoming a professional wrestler, and that's true. This is everything that it needed to be, and then some. Dominik, threw water on his sister. Eventually Finn Balor and Damian Priest got involved, which called Legado del Fantasma to come out here, which was confirmed by Fightful Select, and it is official. They are a subgroup in Latino World Order. LWO is a thing now, so that's going to be a faction going forward, which I'm okay with. However, Bad Bunny, who's out here for commentary, I almost forgot what was going to happen here, but Dominik tries to use a chain to get the advantage. Bad Bunny takes the chain away from Dominik Mysterio, hits Rey gets hit. Rey hits Dominik with a Hurricane Rana, gets set up Dom for the 619, hits the 619 and the splash, or the frog splash, and the 1, 2, 3. Rey Mysterio beats Dominik Mysterio with the help of the rest of the LWO, and Bad Bunny probably setting up something with Dominik and Bad Bunny at Backlash. Presumably, it's going to be Bad Bunny, Rey Mysterio, and maybe Santos Escobar against Damian Priest, Finn Balor, and Dominik Mysterio. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen here. Next, this match now. Rhea Ripley defeated Charlotte Flair to become the SmackDown Women's Championship in one of the best women's matches in WrestleMania history. I said it. I just said it. I came up like, this was incredible shit. In my opinion, this was better than. This is like I said, this is the best women's match in WrestleMania history. One of the most incredible matches I've ever seen. And again, I said it earlier. Immediately after this match was over, I'm like, you don't need the main event spot to put on a match like that. And it showed. They went out there and showed the world that, hey, even if we're not in the main event, we're still going to steal the show. And that's what they did. And I shit on Charlotte Flair a lot because I just can't stand the way she's shoving down people's throats. But I'll give her flowers tonight. This was an incredible performance. This was all over the place. I came like, there was a nasty German suplex from Rhea Ripley to Charlotte Flair that Charlotte landed on her face. I want to say that's more on Charlotte for not protecting her face very much. There's a great German suplex from the top rope. There was a few attempts to hit the or put on the figure 8, but Rhea was able to get out of it. Rhea was able to get the prism shot for a few times. A few times she tried to hit the Riptide, got reversed a lot. Natural selection from Charlotte, gets a 2 count at one point. Rhea Ripley finally hits the Riptide the first time, and I tweeted this out, and a lot of people seem to agree with me here. Triple H is giving me a heart attack with these fucking near falls. And I was like, oh God, Charlotte's going to retain the championship. The second she kicked out of Riptide, I'm like, oh God, Charlotte's going to retain. But little did we know, they get to the top rope. Charlotte it looks like he's trying to hit like an exploder or something from the top rope. Rhea reverses, knocks her out cold into the rings, not ring step. I almost got ring steps. The ring post. Rhea sets her up for the avalanche riptide, the same move that she used to beat Shayna Baszler to become the NXT Women's Champion. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley becomes the new SmackDown Women's Champion. The crowd went absolutely nuts. They were in Rhea Ripley's favor 110%. Rhea Ripley's over. It's just factual information at this point. Rhea Ripley is over. Like, this character, and I tried to tell people for years that Rhea Ripley works better as a heel. Because her as a heel would get over massively, and it did. And I was proven right again. I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. Triple H did the right thing, pulled the trigger on Rhea Ripley, and I'm actually very happy that Charlotte Flair decided to play a ball and do the right thing and put Rhea Ripley over. So, very happy to see that. That was great. This was what I thought was funny and not funny at the same time. Miz has an open challenge because he's complained that he didn't have a match at WrestleMania. They announced the attendance record for, I don't even know what the attendance record was for the show. Let me look what it is, because I don't even fucking know. According to them, let's just say any numbers at this point, but according to them, they said 80,497. Probably not true, but it's WWE. I ain't really worried about it. But out comes Pat McAfee out of nowhere, who fucking Nick Khan swore to us was not going to be on the show. But then I thought about it. I'm like, well, why would he come out and say Pat McAfee is going to be involved with WrestleMania? Why would he spoil that? Nick Khan is a very smart business guy. He wouldn't spoil things like that. There was really nothing here. To me, this felt like a sort of a cool down here spot. McAfee gets hit with the punt kick for the win. George Kittle from the 49ers came out and clotheslined him. The Miz. It was just to ease the crowd a little bit. Main event though was the right main event, and I'm so fucking happy that Triple H listened to the fans. See, this is why, if this was Vince running the show, Triple H, he would have put Charlotte and Rhea on, and they need to go on last. This though absolutely need to go on last. This was all over the place. Suicide dives, choke slams through announce tables. I can't really put into words here what happens here. We got Blue Thunder Bomb by Sami Zayn. All that stuff here. Sami Zayn at one point getting his ass kicked, gets hit with a D1, and Sami Zayn kicks out, and the crowd just loses their mind. Michael Cole loses his shit. Even Corey Graves loses his shit. Jay was trying to tell, it basically says, like, you should give up. You should never quit the bloodline and whatnot. He hits Sami with a terrible, in my opinion, I thought it was a terrible looking haluva kick. But Kevin Owens gets in, pop-up power bomb, while Zayn is down, then hits Jamie. Jamie gets hit with a haluva kick. Owens drops Jay with a stunner. Gets kicked. Jay kicks out. Near the end, 3 haluva kicks. The third one came after Jimmy tried to get involved. He gets a stunner for his troubles. 1, 2, 3. New WWE not Universal Undisputed Tag Team Champions. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. The crowd loses their mind. What a first night of WrestleMania. Wow. I cannot wait for tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's card, obviously, we have we don't know what the match lineup is, but we got the women's showcase fatal 4-way. The Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez taking on Natalya and Shotzi Blackheart versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. And we got the IC title triple threat match, which should be fucking. I'm looking forward to that match. Gunther defending against Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Edge and the Demon Finn Balor inside Hell in a Cell. Brock Lesnar and Omos. I don't care about that. Asuka challenging Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. I'm hoping to God Asuka wins that match here. And Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Championship. So that should be a lot of fun. So there's that. But yeah, I thought night one was excellent. If night 2 is anything like night 1, I agree with Solo Monster. This will go down as one of the greatest WrestleManias and one of the best WrestleManias of all time. Even in the last 10 years, in my opinion. But I'm excited. I'm excited to review night 2. Night 1 was great. You know the deal. All the links in the description. The links to all my social medias will be in the description below. I don't even need to put up where the other audio platforms is. Just type in Miss Wrestling Podcast. That's all you have to do. I've been Matt the Misfit. This has been the Miss Wrestling Podcast. I will see you guys back here for WrestleMania Night 2. Until then, we're out.